To me, there's something different about the island compared to another big city that you visit. The island, I feel, gives you more of a welcoming vibe. They want you to be part of the culture. They want you to embrace the atmosphere. That's how I felt when I went to Puerto Rico, to Dominican Republic. It was such a great time, man. Like I felt like I was Boricua and Dominicano. But after traveling to several different countries and many different cities, something that I love about Puerto Rico was the beaches. The beaches are super, super nice. It's beautiful out there compared to the beaches I see here in the United States, like Miami and anywhere in Florida. But the beaches are so nice, and I don't know. I met a lot of friendly people, and local people too, not just tourists. They recommended me some great spots, told me some spots to stay away from. So they were really looking out and watching my back. And I think, when you talk to the right people like in the island, which majority of the people there are good people or nice people, you'll be set up for a really good time. For example, Medellin, right? Medellin is a great place. It's a fun place. I've been there multiple times and I always have a good time. I do think, however, that there's a little more cliques there, right? That the people know each other there and they stay with one group, and it's not as welcoming as you are when you go to Puerto Rico or DR, where you still have the groups there, but there are more people there looking to have a good time and they're not afraid to meet other strangers. That's been my experience, at least, and I feel like a place, and that's why I love the island in the Caribbean so much. The food, immaculate. The vibes, immaculate. The drinks aren't even that expensive. They want you to get messed up out there. So you got to be careful, They want you to have a good time. So the drinks are very, very cheap. Some beautiful scenery out there in Puerto Rico too. You got El Yunque, Aguadilla, which is on the west side, Culebra, and other beaches that are kind of outside of the island. You got to take the ferry for, which I want to go visit next time I go. There's even the little small beaches that we were at in our Airbnb in Loíza. That little small beach on the side behind the neighborhood, I'm like, damn, that was even nice. Even that little thing was probably better than places like South Beach and other places here in Florida, in the state. So, I recommend anybody who is American, right, who has not been to Puerto Rico, I think you should go, because one, you don't need a passport to go to Puerto Rico. It's U.S. territory, and you'll get a nice change of scenery, a change of culture. You get to still see a lot of American stuff, right? Because they're technically part of America, so they have Americanized things, but it's still completely different. And I think you'll open your eyes a lot to how people live outside of the States, because over there they still got their own laws and regulations. Not everything is completely US, so they still have the Puerto Rican laws and everything like that, and the Puerto Rican culture, Puerto Rican way of living. So it'll expose you to see what they go through, what resources they really do have, just their normal way of life, their day in the life. It's a very humbling experience, because I live in Florida, in Tampa, and our resources are very easy to get. We can just call somebody, they'll come right away. That's how it usually is in the States. And Puerto Rico is a little different. It's kind of almost like a third world country in a way. And Americans should see that. If you're ever feeling ungrateful, you feel like you don't have much here, you feel like you're having a tough time, go out there, have a good time, but also soak it all in, because it'll open up your eyes to a lot of things. And I feel like we need more people educated on diversity and culture more than ever now, to just be a better person, better individual, better human being. And I miss it out there. It's one of my favorite places for sure.